we set sail, we made the most of our day in Southampton,
Starting with Pinkies Up for a fancy afternoon tea.
followed by a magical musical moment. Can you guess which one?
And we ended the day with one of the best Japanese dinners we've ever had. Let's go!
Through magic
And beyond!
Here we are, inside the charming and intimate lounge of the Mayflower Theatre in Southampton.
Looks fancy, doesn't? And yes, I'm here for the food.
We did expect the Mary Poppins-inspired theme to match the musical, but sadly, apart from the show program, the tea itself wasn't themed at all. Let's explore this elegant three-tiered stand, starting at the bottom. There were 4 different sandwiches: mature cheddar with mustard, classic ham, a creamy egg salad, and my absolute favorite, the smoked salmon with cream cheese.
I had the cheese once. Both of them. Someone isn't a fan of strong cheese on bread, so I had to help.
That salmon one, silky, delicate, full of flavor. Honestly, the best bite of the whole tray. On the second tier, we had 2 plain scones and 2 with raisins, often called fruit scones.
Let's be honest. We are here for the clotted cream.
We got Rhoda's classic Cornish clotted cream. And as tradition goes, Cornish style means cream first, then jam. Ours was a sweet strawberry jam, served separately on the plate, just like it should be. Still warm, perfectly soft. That scone with cream and jam, it absolutely melted in my mouth. And finally, on the top tier, a delicate selection of miniature desserts. We had a moist carrot cake, a fluffy raspberry sponge, and a zesty lemon drizzle cake. Each one had its own personality. They were a bit too sweet, and especially the carrot cake was a bit overpowering in flavor. A cozy setting, a lovely service, and a delightful start to our pre-cruise adventure. Even without Mary Poppins magic, it was a charming way to begin.
Winds in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and about to begin. Anything can happen if you let it. Life is out there waiting, so go and get it. Grab it by the collar, seize it by the scruff. Once you started living life, you just can't get enough. You're almost stepping time, you're almost stepping time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Think you're almost stepping time. Step, 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 step. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hello everybody.
Good evening from Southampton. As you've seen in this video, just a little recap from our day and also a merchandise haul to show you. So we got up at 6 o'clock, I think,
Yeah,
and we had breakfast
6:30 in the morning.
6:30 in the morning. So it was really early this morning, and we arrived at a designated time.
Yeah.
But because we were on time and the previous train was almost empty, actually, we got on the train just before the train we actually booked. So that was a bonus. Then we arrived at our hotel in Southampton. We are sleeping in an Ibis hotel. actually just opposite where the arrival will be of the boat.
Yeah.
And
In the 500 meters of the ship.
oh, I wouldn't know.
In,
No idea.
in bird flight.
In bird flight, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't know. And then we got dressed and went to see the amazing Mary Poppins show. It was so great. The people who were in it was so talented. Their voice talent, the singing talent, their voices were incredible. Some were up of the talent of an opera singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they can also tap dance.
Yeah.
They can walk on walls. They can do magic on stage. It was so magical. It was a real Disney high quality production. You felt it was a Disney production. And of course there was some merchandise. I think I bought too much. I never bought so much before actually. But maybe it's because I really loved the show.
The most Disney theater is in London.
You mean the Mary Poppins show is also airing in London?
Yeah, or Tarzan.
Ah, okay. Because I would recommend it, but it was the final day today that the show was airing in Southampton. So it's really great. We didn't film the shop because it was really tiny and there were a lot of people purchasing some little items. Maybe you can show it closer to the camera. The very first thing I bought was a little pin of the umbrella. It's not a real Disney pin. And then I also found it really cute to have the Mary Poppins hat. Maybe I can use it in the parks later. It also has the Mary Poppins label inside. So it looks like this with the hat on the side. And then it was really cute. They also had ornaments. So it's her bag with her umbrella on top. And then the thing I'm most proud of is they also sold the umbrella. And it's a beautifully carved parrot hat on top. It also has the Mary Poppins logo. And it's like a really sturdy umbrella. I can really take use of that. Hopefully not in the upcoming week. Okay. So we really enjoyed it. And then we went to a Japanese place. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was other foods than you can get in a Japanese place in Belgium. I never had the takoyaki before. If the people who are fond of Japanese food, you'll know the octopus balls. Some other things we tried was the beef with the enoki mushrooms inside. Those are also really nice. We tried some sashimi as well, but it was really expensive because it was the belly of the tuna, so it was more expensive, and it looked like other tuna than we are normally having. That's true, but we think it was frozen maybe.
Yeah.
It was colder than all the other pieces, and if you hear people talking about it when they try it in Japan, they all say it melts in your mouth like butter, and it really didn't.
No.
So I think maybe they have to import it and it's imported frozen. I don't know. But for the rest, it was really good. It was really nice. Maybe we'll have dinner there again tomorrow. We'll see. And that was it for our very first pre-cruise travel vlog. Until tomorrow. Come along. Day 2. So we're just having a little spot of breakfast, and then we're going to explore Southampton a lot more today. And it's the second day and maybe also the final day, because tomorrow our cruise ship leaves, and we only have the midday to maybe do some shopping. But today we'll do some museums and we'll take you along for them as well. So, because this is a busy city center, we did decide to leave our car at the car park of the hotel and do everything by foot. But be aware, if you're traveling from the Ibis Hotel to the Sea City Museum, it is quite a steep hill to climb. Let's visit our first museum of the day, the Sea City Museum. Okay, let's go. Let's go in. Let's have a look at the old arcade games. So you need to put your palm here and then it will read you a fortune. So it will write you a fortune and it comes out here. Oh, here's also a gypsy fortune teller. 1929. In 4 years it will be 100 years old. Okay, maybe the machine is old, but the candy is not. I don't know if they had Maltesers 100 years ago.
But it's still working. Eh?
It's still working, yeah. Get ball home to win back your 50p. Oh, you can win back your money. And it probably will be very hard.
The first musical.
It's from Charlie Chaplin.
Yes.
Real
First.
moving pictures. The Boob Dentist. One.
Yes.
So as you see, it all is wheelchair accessible.
Yeah. I hope that our ship not sinking.
Yeah. It's really the right thing to do, to visit a museum right before you go on a cruise ship that handles the largest maritime disaster in the history of mankind.
And it's starting here too.
It's starting here as well, in Southampton. Okay, so the red ones are all the crew that are originally from Southampton, and all the blue ones, which are a few, are crew from somewhere else. So the biggest amount of crew members were Southampton crew members. $7,000 tons of coal for a week.
Ah yes.
It's a key from a room from a hotel in Southampton, where first class passengers stayed the night before the sailing.
Ah yes. We stay up the night before we sail.
Yeah, we are. It's a breakfast menu from first class. They were printed on little postcards and they would send it to their family. Grape scissors. What are grape scissors? How do you cut a grape?
Yeah.
But this is not from Titanic, this is from Olympic.
Ah, okay.
Another ship from
White
White Star Line. Yeah.
And the Red Star Line is Antwerp.
Yeah. First class smoke and the smoke room.
Yeah.
You're not as pretty today.
No.
And this was a second class breakfast menu. It's still a nice postcard. And tickets for the second class dining room. 1 case of rabbit hair and 2 cases of horse hair. Why?
Horse hair is for shaving.
And rabbit hair?
I don't know.
Do you know? Where did they use rabbit hair for? Third class room. It's already a huge difference with second class.
Yeah. Is the first class?
Yeah. And this is how huge the chain was from the anchor of Titanic. Oh, here the captain. I didn't know he had a dog. Irish wolfhound. Ben. Ah, Ben was not on the Titanic,
Ah.
luckily. Yeah, £3 and 15 shillings. But Mabel, who is a woman who does the exact same job and the exact same hours, are given 5 shillings less.
You can see 2 eyes and a mouth. Give me food.
I was walking from the port side over to the starboard side. I could see the water coming up the bridge from it. So I was still not close time to leave. So I had to,
Oh.
Long, short, long.
Because the children couldn't climb up rope ladders. So we were one of us put in a mail sack, and that was terrifying, swinging about over the ocean.
After we were picked up on the Carpathia, my mother came to me because every time a lifeboat came, I went to see if my father was on it.
The bows went down first, and the stern stuck up in the ocean for what seemed to me almost like a long time. Of course, it wasn't, but it sort of stood up stark against the sky and then heeled over and went down.
Well, as I said, one of the sailors who was in the boat had to row further out because of the suction of the Titanic.
And you could hear the people screaming and threshing about in the water. And finally, the ghastly noise of the people threshing about and screaming and drowning, that finally ceased.
When you had the lifeboat,
Let's have a look at one of the most oldest buildings in Southampton, the Tudor House. Apparently, when we see a house in black and white, we think it's the Tudor House, but it wasn't. This is.
Please settle down.
We have so much to tell, so much to tell.
Yes, we all do, but only in good time. First, we must welcome our visitor, honored guests. Welcome to Tudor House.
Isn't it just like us to find something magical everywhere on the world? So we found this bar. I actually found it on Google Maps and I had to find it here as well.
Now this is very strange because there doesn't seem to be any flowers in this florist folly. So what I think you should do is pour this growth potion into your glass and hopefully some flowers should bloom. Get out of the way.
It's cool.
Some beautiful flowers. Clearly you're quite the gardener.
And it was so fun. We had drinks here, we had a puzzle box to solve, and we really enjoyed our time here. So if you're here and just wanting to fill your evenings, check it out.